all you spunky funsters. I tell you what, though, I still haven't won the lottery. I mean, have you noticed we're all doing that? We're all kind of itching to be rich, but we're all kind of scratching our way to poverty. Do you know, you'd have more chance of walking up to someone and guessing their entire phone number right first time than you have of winning the lottery. I mean, we all know it's 14 million to 1, but why do we do it? Because someone's got to win. Well, no, you haven't, because you're not a jammy bastard. Something genetic happens in the womb. It happens once every 14 million births. But when it happens, you don't give birth to a normal baby. You give birth to a jammy bastard. The kind of little kid who opens his eyes for his first little feet and goes, oh, wow, Pamela Anderson, because he's a jammy bastard. And going through school, he passes all his exams by guessing the answers right. He's got a really big Willie, he sings like Elvis Presley, and you really want to hate him, but you can't, because he's such a nice guy, because he's a jammy bastard. And you lose touch with him, and you hear vague rumours about him working in a factory, married with 6 kids, and I thought he'd go on and do really well. He was such a jammy bastard. And the next time you see him, he's on the telly with his hand up Anthea Turner's skirt, getting a cheque for 20 million quid. You think, you jammy bastard! But you now can be a jammy bastard, because you can see the funky feathers shake a tail feather! Yeah! Now, one of my favourite films was released over Christmas in the cinemas. It's Withnail and I. Have a look at this.
There must be some kind of way out of here. Say the joker to the thief. There's too much confusion. I can't get no relief. Businessman there to drink my wine. Clown get my nerve.
I'm your friend,
Nobody.
Little tarts, they love it.
Listen, I'm trying to drive this thing as quietly as possible. If you don't shut up, I'll get stopped by the police.
Give me the bottle.
Look at that. Look at that. Accident, black spot. These aren't accidents. They're throwing themselves into the road gladly. Throwing themselves into the road to escape all this hideousness. Throw yourselves into the road, darling. You haven't got a chance.
Now, do you want to win 500 quid? All you got to do is phone the Funky Bunker hotline and tell us in 12 words or less why you want to be a guest on the Funky Bunker and answer this simple question. What person played Withnail in the film Withnail and I? Was it Hugh Grant, was it Bernie Grant, or was it Richard E. Grant? Simply call 0891 50 11 50 with your answer and you can win 500 quid. Lucky people. Now, with me is a guy that doesn't need this because he's always on the telly. I think he's one of the finest comedians of his generation, and I'm just trying to embarrass him. His name, Roland Rivron.
Hello there.
It's good to see you.
And you?
Now, you're doing good stuff on the telly at the moment, aren't you?
Yes, Cotton Television. Sort of what's on in London, what's happening. It used to be O1 for London, used to be something else, I don't know.
I mean, you must get loads of freebies, and you must get to go and see everything for free.
I get to go to a lot of parties for about 10 minutes. It's really annoying.
Well, loads of drinks and you just pass out.
Yeah, and all on film. So.
When you were younger, about
Yes.
10 years ago, you used to do a show called The Bunker Show.
Yes, yes.
I've had some stick in the papers saying that, like, we ripped off The Bunker Show.
Well, right, yes, I heard this. But then again, if you'd called it Man About the Bunker, then you would say, this is the new Richard O'Sullivan or whatever his name is. Or Blue Bunker, you know, it's like, you don't look anything like John Noakes.
I know, well, you haven't seen me in the shower.
Yes, I have. I bloody have.
Shh. What about raw sex and no more raw sex?
No, sadly. I was one of the few people that worked in a double act where the guy that I worked with actually acquired stage fright.
He didn't?
Yes, had to talk him on, talk him off. So, you know, 20 minutes, half an hour getting him on stage, and he just would panic and piss himself. And then, of course, we wrote it into the act, and then we'd wheel him off.
But it wasn't just a double act, was it? You had all sorts of people there.
Well, guests, yeah. Eduardo, the guitarist.
Eduardo was brilliant.
Kathy Burke as my estranged girlfriend, who was very pregnant.
She used to do a lot on French and Saunders with the raw sex show.
When they'd let us, we weren't good at rehearsing. We weren't learning
Have you
lines.
noticed that
and
we
things like
are?
that. Yes, we weren't very good at that, and they were very, very professional, very disciplined.
Yeah.
So we slowly got sort of petered out on that one, and they went on to bigger and better things like Vickers and tarts.
I'm sure you don't miss any of that.
No.
What about Dr. Scroat? Because you used to do a lot with Jonathan Ross on the Jonathan Ross show.
Yeah, and then he started doing lots of different television things, so went a bit quiet on that. But I understand he's doing some things this year, so probably pop up hither or thither.
If you don't mind me saying, I really do think that you were one of the funniest people, because you started off right at the same time as me, and you were always one of the funniest.
No, just stop, no.
But as you say, like people like Dawn French, Jennifer Saunders, Jonathan Ross, they all went on to become international stars, whereas you've kind of kept a bit more street cred.
They went on to become international stars because they've got a passport. I sadly have not got round to queuing for 5 hours for a little book with a picture of me in the back.
You're not being serious. You have a passport.
I didn't for about 10 years.
Why?
I just couldn't be arsed.
I mean, don't you like going on holiday?
No, I don't. I really don't. I just like coming out to a place like this. Maybe, could I introduce maybe some double glazing? Just in a sort of picture window way. Nothing, too serious. Obviously not.
No. You lost me there. It was
no. The other thing I've come down for is your Birds of a Feather dancers. I'm very interested in them.
Yeah, everyone's all over them.
I couldn't pick out the two that I've seen on telly in the popular series. Which two are they? Is it that one?
No, these are the funk. Come in. These are the Funky Feathers.
No,
where's the other two? Roland, you can definitely take your pick.
Can I?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be you again in the shower.
You sexy. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Roland Rivron. That's Roland Rivron. More from him later. But now it's time to peel back the veil of the unknown and take a date with Dr. Destiny.
Welcome to the mysterious world of Dr. Destiny.
Tonight I shall be looking at the air signs, airy-fairy bastards. First we'll start with Aquarius, sign of the hippie. Aquarius, when you wake up in the morning, there'll be red spray paint graffiti all over your bedroom walls. It will say, "Naughty, naughty Nigel, time to die." You will think this is strange, because your next door neighbour's name's Nigel, and you'll hear somebody rummaging in the knife drawer, muttering about fava beans and Chianti. Your special words this week are care and intensive. Libra, the next plane you board will crash in the Himalayas. Sorry about that. But when the food runs out, you'll hear everybody deciding to eat you first because you're so fat and useless. However, if it's any consolation, they will all die of grease poisoning that very afternoon. Libra, I'm afraid you don't have a special word this week because you've been bad. Gemini, the only thing nature abhors more than a vacuum is your face. You will decide to do something about it. But because money's tight, you will have to go to a cheap plastic surgeon and end up with a cheap plastic nose that makes you look like a proboscis monkey. Your special words this week are gherkin face. One last thought, though. Blondes only have more fun because they're easier to find in the dark. Have a nice life.
Well, that's the mysterious Dr. Destiny. Why is he mysterious? Nobody knows! But now it's time for some music. A brand new, unsigned band. These are rock and roll. These are the Rhythm Conspiracy. And this is Heart and Fire!
Danger, heart and fire. Them the gal want to have your pan wire. Danger, danger, heart and fire. Them the gal want to have your pan wire. From the roads of Jah, bring out Rascalo. Look on your heart like a hand fit in a glove. I won't say I will love you forever, but right now, girl, it's who I will fire. Like King David, I find I love in a song. Go take it over and treat the slow round. You have my pan and string, bad angles so long. If you don't want it, so you better leave it and go on. Cause I may never fall in love. That I know me just a stand up in a love. You want to credit them, me will if you with them. One leave me, so we should good luck with them. One more for hoy. Zayn. One more for hoy. Star high. One more for hoy. Zayn. One more for hoy. Star high. Danger, danger, heart and fire. Them they want to have your pan wire. Danger, danger, heart and fire. Them they want to have your pan wire. From the road to bring out Rascalo. Put on your heart like a hand fit in a glove. I won't say I will love you forever, but right now, girl, it's who I will fire. Like King David, I chant I love in a song. Go take it over that treat the slow round. You have my pan and string, and angle so long. If you don't want it, so you better left it and go. Cause I may never fall in love. Right, I know me just a stand up in a love. You want to credit them, me will left you with love. One leave me, if I wish you good luck with love. And whoa, Star high, good boy. Say hey, good boy. Star high. Danger, heart and fire. Them they got them want to have your pan wire. From the road to bring out Rascalo. Dip on your heart like a hand fit in a glove. I won't say I will love you forever, but right now, girl, it's who I will fire. Like King David, I chant I love in a song. Go don't take you nobody treat this so flat. Got a pipe on a string, a dangle so now. If you don't want it, come you better left it and go. Good time me never fall in love. Like I know me just a stand up in a day. You want your credit, then me will left you with love. One day my life I wish I got love with love.
Well, that's Rhythm Conspiracy with Heart and Fire. What do you think of them, Roland?
What the bloody Hurricane Higgins were they on about?
It's a black thing, mate. It was Passmore and all that. You know, the reason I ask you that, though, because, I mean, you've got a bit of rhythm yourself. You used to be a drummer, didn't you?
I can stick a tune of 4.
Well, you used to play for Squeeze, then you used to play with Squeeze?
No, not at all. No, I used to play with Jules Holland. Still do now and again.
Yeah?
When we're out on the road. Gilson Labus, his drummer, had a heart attack one night, and I stepped in the very next day.
Yeah.
Gil, you know, bless him. He's still with us, you know, but he's much slower now.
How do you prefer the comedy to the music, or?
Well, I wasn't very good at playing the drums.
Oh, you were really good on the bongos and raw sex.
No, that was all mimed. You know, that was done by Val Parnell originally.
What are you doing for Christmas?
Well, no, what have I just done for Christmas?
Yeah, what did you do for Christmas?
All right.
What did you do for Christmas?
Completely missed it, mate.
Why?
You won't believe what happened. I got carjacked and they nicked my Filofax.
Yeah.
So I had no idea what day Christmas Day was. Scuppered. Couldn't move.
Well, you could have checked the papers. It would have told you there, wouldn't it? Well, then again, I don't believe anything. They're reading the papers.
Hindsight. Thanks a bunch.
So what are we going to be seeing from you in the future, Roland?
Not very much drumming. No, just
More
hanging out
comedy?
with you, stalking you, maybe, you know. How are you fixed, you know, vis-a-vis stalkers?
Stalkers? I don't want any stalkers, put it that way.
No?
No. Well, you can stalk me as much as you like. You can come down to Funky Bunker as often as you want. And
Bless
I mean,
you.
you can come down here, all right?
Yes, I love you back.
You're a very fine man. Ladies and
Thank you.
gentlemen, that is Roland Rivron. Now remember, you can win 500 quid by phoning the Funky Bunker.
That's where it's gone.
No, it hasn't. You can win this 500 quid by phoning the Funky Bunker hotline and saying in 12 words or less why you should be a guest on the Funky Bunker and answering this simple question. In the film With Nail and I, who played the character of With Nail? Was it A, Hugh Grant, was it B, Bernie Grant, or was it C, Richard E. Grant? Call 0891 50 11 50 and you could win £500.
Swap telephone numbers on the line. Call friends at the meeting point 0891 79 79 79.
Introducing the Star Trek Fact Files, the definitive new magazine series about the Star Trek universe. Detailed files on every character, every alien, every planet. Blueprints of the starships, inside information on all the technology. These files take you through every Star Trek experience, from the first missions through Star Trek First Contact and beyond. The Star Trek Fact Files, the magazine series that transports you right into the Star Trek universe, at your newsagent now.
All the savings under one roof with over 270 stores in the Meadow Wholesale, M1 Junction 34, Sheffield.
A Okay, I want pastrami on Bavarian rice, sweet pickle, tomato. Easy on the Dijon, kosher dill and salt.
Excuse me, double decaf hazelnut latte, medium roasted Colombian beans, 2%
Sirloin hoagie topped with jack cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, capers, and Russian dressing. Fresh Parmesan and oregano to go.
The new Chrysler Neon, built for the most demanding country in the world.
Psst, Mums! Let's set the record straight about Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
Okay.
They're not just empty puffs of air.
No way!
Each one is made with a single grain of rice and have vitamin D, which helps build...
bones! And teeth!
They're not too sweet. Sounds good. Someone's coming. And you thought Kellogg's Rice Krispies would just snap, crackle and pop.
All right! Whoa! I can't go out like this, man. I mean, I'm naked. Sure, I'm smooth, but I need a look. Aha! Now, let's see. Stripes. Ugh. Red? No. The check's quite nice. Oh, no. Ah! Can I get away with that? Of course I can! Wow! Cooler than a snowman's cold bits.
Polo Spearmint. Cool look, cool taste.
Come closer, my friends. Behold the face of destiny. Now spin your Cadbury's cream egg with me and discover how will you eat yours.
1, eat your egg slice.
2, find the star and lick it off.
3, eat it whole in 1. 4, spin some more. 5,
Give your egg a good licking. I've seen the future. And it's egg-shaped!
How will you eat yours?
It's usually hot August days, like really hot, like 95 degrees. They come out. It just depends on the snake.
Welcome back to the Funky Bunker. Now, we're going to play a game. We're going to play a game. Microphone man, we're going to play a game. But first, I need 2 volunteers. Eeny, meeny, moo. Oh, you two. We'll have you two. Now, do you want to volunteer for a game?
Yeah, go on in.
OK, you're done with the game. You could earn 50 quid in this game, all right. What you've got to do is we blindfold you. You go inside these 2 blue curtains and you swap clothes. If you can swap clothes inside 2 minutes, you win 50 quid. Do you want to play?
Yeah.
OK, Dr. Destiny, supply the blindfolds. Dr. Destiny likes this kind of thing. Stand up, my man. Stand up. Blindfolds on. Follow me. In through the blue curtains. Swap all your clothes off and swap clothes. You've got 2 minutes. OK, guys, go! Oh, yes. She's cheating. She never took her pants on. She just slipped her pants over. We'll ask her about that in a minute. How does she know we know, though? We hope you're not cheating in there, taking your blindfolds off or something. Come on, OK, guys, you've got 10 seconds. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Chaps, stay in here, stay in here, stay in here. Stay in here, stay in here. Take off your blindfolds and wave to the camera. Well, that was the end of the curtain game. We've got a fantastic stand-up comedian coming for you. His name is Just Adja!
Thank you. How do they think someone's good? Girls, I've got to compliment our dancers over there. May I say, those costumes look very becoming on you. And if I was one of those costumes, I think I'd be coming on you as well. One or two quick one-liners for you. First one, left-hand side, you hear about the dyslexic devil worshipper that sold his soul to Santa. Yeah, OK, save your breath for blowing up your girlfriend, mate. We get one in every audience, don't we? It's a shame your prick ain't as big as your mouth. You'd be one of the dancers, mate, wouldn't you? I love it when they have a go. I love it, I do. When cousins marry and have kids, look at what we get. I know. I get paid to look stupid, you got no excuse, mate, have you? I'll get 4 minutes out of him. He's confusing me with someone who gives a toss. What about the dyslexic gynecologist? Stayed up all night having a look at a woman's vinegar. Fella rang up the mental hospital. He said, hello, is that the mental hospital? He said, no, we haven't got a telephone here. I'll tell you what, it's like a photo finish in a Zeppelin race there, isn't it? Look. Cross that one off, we won't use that one. Right, here we go. He rang him back 5 minutes later. He said, anyone in room 9? He said, I'll go and have a look. Came back, said, room 9's empty. He said, good, I've escaped then. Fella rang up the doctor. Said, doctor, I think I'm incontinent. He said, where are you ringing from? He said, the waist down. Another one went to the doctor. He said, I've got the biggest hemorrhoid in the world. He said, is that why you're sitting on a beanbag? He said, have another look. Now, he's looking at me. You think I'm gay, don't you? I'm not even happy, mate. I'm not. I am going through divorce at the moment. You wouldn't think so, but I am, on religious grounds. I'm a Jew and she's a pig. Although I would have brought her here with me tonight, but she won't come out when there's a lot of people. She gets a bit embarrassed, got a mole on her neck. That keeps jumping up and swinging on her earrings, so she stayed in. Mind you, we have tried to spice up the sex life because it does get a bit stale after a while, so I went out and bought a waterbed. I'm on it all over the place. She got on it, it froze. I took her out in the fields next. I said, I wish I had a searchlight so I could see what I was doing. She said, so do I. I've been eating grass for 10 minutes. Am I facing the right way? Am I? No, sexist, yeah, OK. I'll do a sexist one if you like. Am I allowed to? I will, yeah. What's the difference? Just for all the sporting fanatics, the difference between a golf ball and a clitoris? A bloke will spend up to 15 minutes trying to find a golf ball. I don't think I should have done that one, should I? Yeah.
There you go.
You're not going to have me later, are you? I'm hoping. Have I got another heckler there? No, actually, I'll tell you, the best thing was when I actually bought the Kama Sutra, that was one of my favourite books. I took it home, she looked at me, she said, what have you got that for? I said, well, it's supposed to make our life more interesting. No 2 days will ever be the same again. She said, how's it work? I said, well, I thought if I threw it up in the air, whatever page it landed on, that's what we do. She said, show me what you mean. So I did, up in the air, it's come down, face down. She said, well, what page is it on? I said, well, it says here, the wheelbarrow. She said, well, how's that work? I said, well, you lay on your stomach or have a leg on that side, and we're going to do it like that. She said, I only do that on 2 conditions. I said, what are they? She said, if it hurts, you stop. I thought, I can live with that. What's the other one? She said, don't push me past my mum's house. No, don't clap on your own. No, wait, no, it's not applause. Sympathy, that's what I want. So, I think I'll leave you with a rib tickler, because 3 of mine are just gone, and I've just felt something run down my leg. I hope it's sweat. And I can see why you're smiling, mate. She's got small hands. I bet you feel quite proud, don't you? Always nice having a bit hanging over the end, I know. So, no, I had a bit of bad luck not so long ago, and I'm going to leave you with this one, because of another show to do in April. And, I'll do this, because I had a bit of bad luck where I was made to walk home because I was caught drink driving, which ain't a great thing to do, and I'm taking a shortcut through the country lanes. I noticed a bull in a field servicing all these cattle. So I said to this farmer, I said, how can that bull do that in a day? He said, stamina tablet, keeps it going for about 12 hours. I said, work on a human, I've got a date tonight, I'd like to impress her. He said, I don't know, he said, never tried it with a human before. Here, Harry says, have a pill, come back, let me know how you got on. So I went back the next day. I said, hey, 27 times last night. Said, oh, it could have been. You wish. He said, 27 times. He says, I wonder you didn't break your neck. I said, it's a wonder I didn't break my wrist. He didn't turn up. Thanks for listening. See you again sometime. See you later.
just had you. I tried to get him up a little bit early there, but he just kept going, Anyway, cartoon time. This has got nothing to do with Pluto. It's much closer to Uranus.
Tell you what, I'm glad I wore my bulletproof vest tonight. Oh.
Come on. This is an excellent opportunity for us, Breen. While they're preoccupied, we can move in and seize the drugs. Once we've secured the stuff, we'll call for backup and make the arrests. We'll have all the evidence we need to get convictions. Christ, sometimes I even impress myself.
But surely we should try and help the other two.
Fuck with them, they're just a couple of beat cops. They're expendable. And so are you, Miss Valley, so just shut the fuck up and follow orders.
Oh, there you go. Weird cartoons from manga, but this is a weird show. And I tell you what, I just love those manga cartoons. You'll be seeing an awful lot more of them. But now, I just love this band. Remember, they haven't got a record deal, so if you're a record exec, pick up the phone. This is Rhythm Conspiracy. This is Ode to a Fashion Victim. Yeah!
Tune for you people out there who seem to think you are what you wear. There's people that think much more of you if the jacket's got a funky ass label on view. There's people in the business, they reckon in the cash to the gullible, they're peddling trash. There's class, there's a right way, a wrong way, any play to see. There's a person inside that matters to me.
Take a look at the girl in the magazines. She looks 25, but she's in her teens. Every day, lady goes streets, and we still pay for that. After we sandwich from over here, treading his steps in supersonic trailers and cars in the air. Looks good, feels good, ain't got a clue. Holding fashion girl, put a spell on you. 5 years ago, they're laughing at the hippie. Spaced out wardrobe, looking pretty trippy. 5 years later, they're wearing the same, but the jacket's got a fancy designer name. 1704 to 1904, from the kitchen space here to the car and Minogue. It's a style high, kind of mind control. From the retro, 50 of a stare out, rock and roll.
Somewhere are the way to go. You say my clothes are back in style, my hair was long quite a while ago. Hooded tops, saggy jeans, I've seen them on the covers of the magazines. I ain't got no care, never need to know what clothes to wear and what clubs to go to. individuality.
Well, there you go. Rhythm Conspiracy. And they haven't got a record deal. Ode to a fashion victim. You'd think they'd would. I'm going to come and talk to this comedian that I tried to cut short because I thought he was a bit sexist myself, you know. You mentioned that about being sexist and that. Do you think materials change? Do you think, like in the 80s, everyone was like, you know, you've got to be right on, you've got to tell, like, right-on jokes. Do you think it's all come full circle now and you can get away with your kind of material?
No, I don't think you can get away with it. I think that what's happening is you've got to bring it back because everyone's getting very PC, and if really we abided by every rule that people wanted us to, we've no act. And at the end of the day, there's too much suffering in this world, isn't there? So why not go out and have a laugh? Let's just be light-hearted about it.
I mean, do you use writers? Or, I mean, because there were, I'm not putting you down, I'm not putting you down, but there was a lot of old gags there.
Bring them back. That's what I say. We're allowed to.
Do you have writers, or you just go around clubs nicking other people's gags?
Yeah, we're all guilty of that somewhere, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
It's... Now, what you do, find your own personality first. It took me a long while to get my own personality.
Some would say that you haven't quite achieved that yet.
No, I'm still looking at it. No, not you, not at all. No, I just want to go out. I want to have a laugh. If I offend someone, well, thanks a lot. That's all I say.
What kind of places do you play?
Well, everything really. You name it. I used to do, believe it, kids' parties. I've been there. I've done that.
Well, what kind of jokes you tell at kids' parties?
Shall we? No, I won't. No, I used to do a daft little kids' magic show. The first part, my learning curve was hiding behind props. Sort of Tommy Cooper, I suppose, was the idol. I looked up to him, and that gave me the... When I was younger, I wasn't allowed to get away with the sort of stuff that I wanted to do. Certain age groups won't take it from youngsters. I just now getting into a situation where I think I can deliver certain material. There's still gags I do that I'm not really mature enough to do. And
like, what's a gag that you do that you're not mature enough to do? What would you say?
Getting near the mark, really. It depends on the situation. If I've got an all-male audience, I think... do
you do those kind of gigs, stag nights?
I have done them. I don't enjoy doing them anymore because I think they're getting very hard. But I do enjoy doing sort of dinners. And men now don't want you to stand there effing and blind. And if you can make them laugh without swearing, but still be cheeky and try and be topical, then they're going to laugh. If the joke contains the F word, then do it for the joke, not because you need to swear. And that's what stag material is. After the first spot, they're only interested in the girls anyway, so you're just flogging a dead horse.
I mean, what kind of places do you play now? I mean, do you have regular halls where people can go and see you if they choose to?
I do. Yeah, I go into some fun pubs. They still put on good nights. It's a good night out. I do restaurants, hotels, you know, cruise ships. I've even been allowed to cruise, you know.
You've been on a cruise ship?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a bit different.
How can you do jokes while you're throwing up at the same time?
That's quite good. It's alternative.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Just Adja.
Cheers.
Now, remember, if you want to win 500 quid, you've got to phone the Funky Bunker hotline and say in 12 words or less why you think you should be a guest on the Funky Bunker and answer this simple question. Who played Withnail in the film Withnail and I? Was it A, Hugh Grant, B, Bernie Grant, or C, Richard E. Grant? Simply call 0891 50 11 50 and you could win £500. I'll see you after the break.
Are you sleepless tonight? Call friends, heart to heart. 0891 57 57 57.
You've just had a bounty. Bounty. Taste the exotic.
They came to Africa. Bring worlds together. To find their destiny.
I will never forget the family that I lost.
Together, they would confront a mysterious force of nature. Michael Douglas, Val Kilmer, The Ghost and the Darkness.
If you don't have an up-to-date TV license, it means you're watching while others are paying.
Excuse me, missus. Could you move to your right, please? I'm trying to see the telly.
Even if you're putting it off, you're risking a big fine.
That's excellent. Just stay where you are. Oh, I get it.
TV license evasion. It's not fair, it's not right, and it's against the law.
Having tea with my mother-in-law is always a bit hard to swallow. But with a sore throat, it was unbearable. I didn't expect sympathy. But she showed it in her own way.
Just 3 squirts, dear.
Vicks Ultra Chloroseptic is not like throat lozenges. It all hits the spot immediately, bringing immediate relief from the pain of a sore throat.
We're getting on a lot better now. Oh, don't get carried away, dear.
Vicks Ultra Chloroseptic. Fast relief for sore throats.
As the UK's #1, Lund Poly give more discounts on more holidays than any other travel agent. Lund Poly, a better way to get away.
1-0, 1-0.
What's that?
It's the latest strip.
So what's this then?
The old one.
Old? He's only had it 5 minutes. What a waste of money. Go on with you and do the shopping.
Detergent, softener.
Hang on, Dad. Don't need softener.
Waste money, do we?
Clean and soft. This bulb was expensive, wasn't it?
No separate softener. Dad. So it was over £1 less.
You've used your head for once.
Oh, Nanny Whip, that is brilliant. Blow me, cool me down. Hello. Now remember, you can win 500 quid. All you got to do is phone the Funky Bunker hotline and tell us in 12 words or less why you should be a guest on the Funky Bunker and answer this simple question. Who played Withnail in Withnail and I? Was it A, Hugh Grant, B, Bernie Grant, or C, Richard E. Grant? Simply phone 0891 50 11 50 and you could win £500. And now it's time for the Gallic genius, the poet pugilist, the Philistine philosopher. Please, it's Derek Cantona.
A wise man would say, it is better to have loved and lost than to microwave your head. I would not argue with that.
There you go. The amazing Derek Cantona. What was he on about? Nobody knows. Now, my next guest hit the jackpot with his first novel, Acid Casuals, and is one of 19 writers chosen to feature in Disco Biscuits, a collection of outrageous short stories about sex, DJs, drugs, dance floors and dealers, released to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Acid House. Here to tell us more, please welcome Nicholas Blinko!
Thanks for inviting me.
You're not doing badly. I mean, this book, Acid Casuals, is now getting made into a movie, isn't it?
Yeah, major film. Mike Hodges, who made Get Carter.
I mean, Get Carter is one of my favourite films.
Definitely my favourite.
If you ever seen Get Carter, it's where Alf Roberts gets beaten up by Michael Caine. Alf Roberts, you know, from Coronation Street, gets beaten up by Michael Caine, doesn't he?
Off the multi-storey car park.
What does he say to him? You're a big man, but you're out of shape. With me, it's a full-time job. Now behave yourself.
That's it.
I mean, what's this book about then?
Transsexual hit woman returns to Manchester to kill her ex-boss.
Oh, so it was autobiographical?
That's right.
I mean, are any parts in it for kind of cheeky scouters and things like that?
Oh, well, I've already made sure I get a part in the film.
Oh, do you want to act as well?
Yeah, I'm going to be third drug dealer from the left or something like that.
I mean, you were in a rap band as well called, what, Meatmouth, was it?
Yeah.
And you were signed to Factory Records?
Our only single was called Meatmouth is Murder, but it didn't sell that many copies.
So, I mean, was it a lousy band? Was it a good band?
I quite liked us, but our review said, don't play that funky music, white boy. So that was the end to it.
Listen to me, I mean, Acid House gets a bad rep for drugs. I mean, is it all about drugs? Is that what the scene's about? I mean, can you not be straight and go to raves?
No, you can definitely be straight and go to raves. Whether you'd want to is another matter, but...
So what are your chemical or non-chemical influences then? What do you write under? Do you write under drugs or...?
No, it's... I always write painfully sober. Or painfully straight.
One of your stories in this Disco Biscuit is Ardwick Green. What's that about?
That's an area of Manchester which is... It's kind of an area of Manchester where you'd expect nothing to happen, and then a lot happens in my short story. It's like a bad place to go for a night out.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about Acid House as a community. I mean, is it a community? And is it a great community? It's like all these people taking drugs in darkened corners of rooms and things like that with really loud music.
It's kind of an approximate community, an improvised community. You get together, you keep in touch, you need to know what's happening. You come together, and then a swarm feeds together, moves out again.
If you think drugs are important to the scene, how important do you think new technology is to Acid House?
Well, that probably is the single greatest motor. Or maybe three things. This feeling of new age, that something's changing. Technology is, people are so comfortable with technology that it can support a DIY ethic where you just go out and do your own stuff. And then drugs, and also drugs as a metaphor that you're rewiring consciousness. You're creating a new literary form, a new musical form.
But, like, you know, with bands like The Prodigy now getting on, like, you know, number one, top of the pops, it's all mainstream. Do you think Acid House is going to lose its kind of cutting edge?
There's always new stuff coming from the underground, but when you see Orbital on top of the pops or Prodigy on top of the pops, you can't believe that that's mainstream. I can't believe that's mainstream.
I mean, but Prodigy are kind of mainstream now. So what is the new sound? What is the new cutting edge of Acid House then?
There's a move back towards breakbeats, which are the things that fueled rap and hip hop. So fast breakbeats. People like a guy called Gerald, who's been around for the whole 10 years, been around for the full run.
Well, you say it's 10 years old, Acid House and all that. How long is it going to go on for? Do you think, is it going to be forever now, like rock and roll, or do you think it'll die away at the end?
It's not been a movement like, say, you know, Mods was a movement or New Romantics was a movement. It's clearly something that's informing a whole new energy. I don't think it'll die because, in a sense, it's always reinventing itself. How does that sound?
It sounds like bullshit to me.
Well, that's the way it came out.
Do people still organise secret raves and fields and things like that?
That's pretty much dead thanks to the Criminal Justice Bill, but the same atmosphere happens. Maybe, but in a more legal framework.
All right. Nice to see you. Hey, Abdul.
Hey, how's it going?
What do you think of this Acid House? I mean,
well,
you know,
the thing is, well, you know, we got the Camelot in Soho, and we've been getting a real hard time from the criminal justice system, too, so brought a little bit of our byproduct from the Camelot. Would you like some, Craig?
What is it?
Camel dung.
Ah! Okay. Well,
snort it.
Well, see, I don't snort shit anymore, you know?
Acid dung.
Abdul, you guys might not know this, but you used to be Max Headroom, didn't you?
Oh, I used to work with Max Headroom.
Well, what was you? Because we
were the Fez brothers.
Why have you brought your guitar along this time?
Because I want you to sing a song with me, because we're doing our own jingles down at the old, you know, we're doing our own advertising now, because, well, business is a bit slow, so I thought you could help me out with a bit of...
So Camelot's doing its own advertising?
Yeah, we're doing our own advertising, and
well,
we got a bit of a country song here.
Let's hear the song, then.
Okay,
go on.
Can you do it here? Okay,
here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's Abdul Fez.
Woo! All right, now, I'm going to give you the cue for the line, Craig. You do it with me, because I know you got a good singing country voice.
What is the line?
It's... She's a mighty fine line to ride.
Go on, then.
All right.
Yeehaw! 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 Woohoo!
Yeah, give me some. Well, a northern line is a mighty fine line. She's a mighty fine line to ride. Well, a northern line is a mighty fine line.
She's a mighty fine line to ride.
Yeah, just take it over Arista Square. 24 hours and you're almost there. Well, the northern line is a mighty fine line.
She's a mighty fine line to ride.
Yeah. Woo! She's a mighty fine line to ride.
Woohoo! And that's it, is it?
She's
is a mighty fine line to ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, Abdul Fez. And now, what show would be complete without a visit from our own resident hot gossip columnist, David Wigg? How you doing, Wiggy? So, Wiggy, what's hot and what's not?
Well, it's action time, Craig.
Action time.
Bond is back.
Is he?
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan's agreed to do another film following the success of GoldenEye, starting this year in exotic places. And Judi Dench has told me she's going to do M again.
Oh, is she?
There's only one big problem.
Yeah.
They can't find anyone to take on Bond.
Well, I'd love
Are
to
you
be
an
the
action
villain.
man?
I'd love to be the villain, you know, do all my own stunts as well, you know, look. You know, I mean, I'd love to do it. Do you think Pierce Brosnan is a good Bond? Because I actually, what do you guys think? Because I actually think he's a really good Bond myself.
Yeah, he looks the role. He's the mould of the Connery, and Roger Moore look. He's very popular, so I think you know it'd be a big one again.
Do you know
and
the gossip?
Judi Dench is so popular as him, isn't she?
Do you know the gossip why Tim Dalton didn't do it? I mean, did he leave? Was he pushed? We all want to know. You must know. You must know.
Well, he said he didn't want to do it anymore. The problem with Tim was he didn't really want to get into the Bond look. He's a very casual, relaxed guy. He liked wearing jeans and not having to. If you're James Bond, you know there's a code. If you in the early days, Connery and Roger Moore, they had to sign a contract to have a certain look. You had to go around the world looking like James Bond. And Timothy Dalton found that quite a problem because he wasn't into that. So he's a Shakespearean actor. He's a very serious actor, and he didn't want to go along with being the character once he'd made the film.
But he's also tiny as well. I met him at a party, and he's not that tall, is he? Have you noticed that, though? A lot of these Hollywood actors are like, I mean, Sly Stallone's like 5'5".
Well, you're so big, aren't you, Craig?
Well, I didn't realise you'd see me in the shower, David. Like, you know, he's 5'5", Sly Stallone.
Well, a lot of the screen
Tom Cruise
heroes
is 5'8" or something like that, and has to wear platforms. I mean, who's the smallest actor you've met? The smallest?
The smallest one is Dustin Hoffman. His nose is larger than his height.
Oh.
No, that's cruel.
That is cruel.
No, he's nice. Cuddly. He really is quite a... Oh, then there's Dudley. Dudley Moore's very small.
Yeah, but he's known for being small.
Yes, yeah. I was surprised with Dustin Hoffman's quite small, too.
The guy played Mad Max. The Australian.
Oh, yes.
What's his name? Mel Gibson. He's like that.
Well, he's average. I know he is like that. He isn't.
You could put him in a glass. There you go, got you, Mel.
Oh.
He's tiny.
But he doesn't matter on the screen because you see, I mean, the screen's taking like that much off you, and they put you on a horse or they put you in a car, and you can look. Yeah, and you do put on weight on screen. I mean, that's the thing. That's why most actors have to watch their weight.
You see, I'm not really fat at all. I'm like that, but the screen puts weight on me. It's true. That's actually true. And it makes me look tall. People always come up to me and say, hey, you look taller on the telly. But you got to realise you've only ever seen me in 14 inches on the telly, you know?
I think it's really funny that they still have to do that. They put people on platforms.
Oh,
and the girl is standing down here, and the guy's up here, just to make him look taller.
It was funny.
But all the old movie stars were small.
I was doing a thing with Janet McTeer, and she's like really tall. And I've got a really small friend, and he said he'd love to make love to her standing on a bucket. And she said to him, you couldn't make love to me, even with a bucket. He said, I wouldn't stand on it. I'd put it over your head and swing it off the handles. Janet McTeer took it well. She took it well. She took it well. Any more gossip for us?
Well, the interesting thing, just finally on this height thing, Nicole Kidman is taller than Tom Cruise, her husband. So when they did their film together, that was quite a problem.
Yeah.
So she wore low shoes, flat heels, so that she didn't look taller.
That's why she always wears flats.
But I have got some more news. London news.
Yeah.
Hot show coming to London this year, opening in May. Beauty and the Beast, the big Disney show from New York. Incredible show. I saw it in New York. It's coming to the Dominion in May.
Can you get me tickets? Can you get me tickets?
I'm sure we can. Just drop your name and it will happen, won't it?
David, come again. I've always loved
Great seeing you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Funky Bunker, and you are a load of spunky funsters. I want you to join me again next week when we say Awooga! Awooga!
The latest from the dance music scene in Club Nation, next.